for asem ekese aba. Abusia for asem anything to see Afenyo marking saying nine in false allegation or the two Mutaka Mohammed. So Sisiano aqua people Oman Penny John Dramani Mahama and him not actually movie saying or say Afenyo markings actions now what taking the oil and the Kabusan for Afen Wabaju Medicated so like share subscribe to the channel no send a political trending news where everyone Ghana politics Afenyo so at the penny so the Bremo Nabia for and net the tea for and they call political highway so in Sembebre and they are so aquacotic ebony sense still no Afenyo markings and some and Guswa a good try a good to a body arena yet John Dramani Mahama the president no taking action very quick action pa false allegation once and some or still Mahama if say Afenyo markings or facts there unproven facts and minister bia or a separate and cratashi asibiano obeying either NDC and PP into on make fat na on hoodie or yabusan for yam pese Benjamin Bravos be no President Mahama taking action or Afenyo markings asema okaya so mama yanko nyinkote Mahama yarega ensema okafa ho meda obibia as ham Ghana politics Afenyo.
With our fact, Honorable Minister of Interior, I am not too sure you want us to pursue this matter. I repeat, because you and I know what we know. Let the referral be made. Let there be a public hearing. Let Afenyo Markin, who these days is seen as perhaps, according to the allegation, I'm saying something which is untruthful and all that, and because of that, it is a breach of parliamentary privilege. Mr. Speaker, you have the wisdom to exercise a discretion. I will avail myself, should you exercise that discretion, to a public hearing, and then the matter can be brought to a peaceful rest.
I thought that there would be a denial that a statement like that was not made. But there's no such denial, except an allusion that he even knows more. Mr. Speaker, we are happy to hear the more. And we want to hear it in public. Mr. Speaker, the attempt to scandalize this government will not happen because some people every week registered a scandal. They must create scandals for the NDC government. Even where there is no scandal, they want to manufacture a scandal. If indeed a minister or a senior NDC person has any interest in the company that is providing.
Why Afenyo Markin's fake apology must be ignored? I'm so disappointed in the behavior of Afenyo Markin. I've called him names in the past and I don't regret. My brother, why is it that if you are tagged as the minority leader, opposition leader, it means you should always leave your common sense at home and come to the parliament house like a headless jack? I'm asking. All the minority leaders that I've seen, this is the worst. The worst. Listen, Afenyo Markin seems to be in a hurry to impress somebody, and I don't know who it is. Is it Baumia or Kennedy Japan or Nana Addo? Who is he so much in a hurry, in full gear to impress? He's always playing to the gallery. Everything to this guy is politics. And it's a shame. He has grace on his head. Grace. In the Ashanti region, grace, when you have grace, gray hair, it's called Adwene. If I'm wrong, forgive me. Adwene. It means brains. At the age of 9, I had gray hair in the middle of my head. And I remember in Kumasi, the old ladies used to say, oh, Adwene, oh, Adwene, oh, Adwene. It means you are brainy. But my brother, It saddens my heart, forgive me if I'm going extreme, to say that it's not every gray hair that is hygienic. Some of it is bottom. I don't want to use the other word. Master, the whole thing is about Ghana. When you go to America, they have opposition parties, right? It's either Republican in power or Democrat in power, right? Now the Republican is in power. The Democrat is sitting back watching. When they are debating, there's a bit of politicking, but substantially, it is basically about the nation. Because the average American sits back and he can decipher between who is politicking and who is talking patriotism. Afenyo Markin is a career politician. He has no respect for the nation's beginnings. The sweat of our ancestors. That is why I don't like him. He's a fine gentleman. I like him as a person, but I dislike his character. President of Ghana came to speak. He spoke. The man is doing so well. Everybody loved what he did. The whole world is applauding the president. My brother, the president, if you look at his schedules, from March alone, you'll be shocked how many countries want to see him. So many African countries are asking him for the magic wand. How did you, a little David, floor the American dollar of a Goliath? How did you do it? They want to know. How did you all of a sudden revolutionize the economy of Ghana? We want to know. We want to study you as a subject in the university. This is what the president is doing. So busy. The same time trying to control his appointees so that none of them brings him any scandal. Then you see these guys in parliament trying to detract the president, and for them that's their duty. I'm supposed to confuse you so that you will lose the ball and then will come and score. Look, national issues are not a game of football. Patriotism is not a game, it's a responsibility. Write it down. Patriotism is not a game of football, it is a responsibility. But these guys don't see it as a responsibility, they see it as a game. After speaking all the nonsense in parliament, they go out and they laugh. And then they were kasao. And then they were kasao. Then they, the same people who Ghanaians have given so much trust, constituents have given so much trust, they meet outside the parliament and they laugh at us for charading, playing comedy in the circus called parliament. It hurts. If not so, I don't see why a member of parliament, because you are the minority leader, every time you must play the buffoonery. It's sad. President came to speak. He finished speaking. Afenyo Markin had the chance to speak. Listen to what he said. This tape has been played over and over. We have played it on this show. But to suffice the conversation, watch this. My brother, Afenyo Markin spoke. What did he say? Watch it.
Speaker, with respect, let me thank you for the opportunity and thank Mr. President for living up to this constitutional obligation. But Mr. Speaker, what the President failed to tell the people of Ghana is that 1 year in government, he's still acting with slogans, no action. Mr. Speaker, electricity tariffs have skyrocketed and Ghanaians cannot afford electricity. We have thousands of Ghanaian youths who are, Mr. Speaker, can they be quiet and listen? Because if they misconduct themselves, we'll do the same thing to their leader. Keep quiet. Don't take away my time. If you don't keep quiet and listen to me, your leader cannot speak. If you don't know, I'm telling you. Mr. Speaker, thousands of Ghanaian youths were dismissed through a letter by the Chief of Staff. It's part of the state of the nation. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, there is a scandal looming. Security services recruitment, TribeNet, we know who brought that company to the ministry. Kama has a way. And we, the minority, will pursue the person and make sure there's full disclosure. Mr. Speaker, the cocoa farmers, they have reduced producer price and Erikopoku cannot be found. They don't care about cocoa farmers and they are here telling us inflation, macroeconomics, macroeconomics is ready. Macroeconomics is ready. Mr. Speaker, Galamsey continues. Ghanaians continue to suffer under this Galamsey hardship. And we expect concrete action to be taken on Galamsey. Mr. Speaker, to conclude, our elders say, give credit where credit is due. Mr. President is telling us today that some gains have been made. Those gains through this goal for reserve. Mr. Speaker, the goal for reserve policy, what they have failed to tell Ghanaians is that the Bawumia that they attack, Mr. Speaker, the Bawumia that they attack, the Bawumia that you attacked is the brainchild of this policy. Mr. Speaker, I would want to urge the government, give to Bawumia what belongs to Bawumia. Mr. Speaker, we are happy they are showing a picture, trying to embarrass the former finance minister. We've seen, but very soon, let me assure you that somebody, a senior appointee who is in charge of this TribeNet, would go to jail. So the one behind TribeNet, the one who introduced TribeNet to the ministry, who is chopping money, Mr. Speaker, we are happy you are showing. Very soon we'll bring a picture. Then you will see the one in charge of TribeNet duping innocent Ghanaians, duping their unemployed youths. There are many youth who are looking for jobs, and this TribeNet, with the connivance of an appointee of government, she will be exposed. So you continue with Kenoforiata.
You continue with Kenoforiata. We would also go after your thief. We had an agreement that you will leave our thieves alone. So we would also leave your thieves alone. Now you are going after our thief with such effrontery. You have breached the agreement. You have broken the code of ethics. We will go after your thieves too. This guy doesn't fit to be a parliamentarian. I'm getting incensed, but I'm going to cool myself down. He does not befit an MP. Who made him an MP? He's an MP of where? You guys, you don't have people. This is the guy that you have. This one, wait. This is your MP. He leaves his common sense at home and he goes there like a headless chick. Listen to the way he's talking. You are going after our thief, Kenoforiata. We too will come after your thief. If you believe that a TribeNet woman is culpable, is criminal in your own ways, that means you also believe Ken is a thief and a criminal. Because now it's tit for tat. It's logic. We are going after your thief because you are ridiculing our thief. And this is an MP. And here is a lawyer. Who taught this guy in law school? Who taught him? My brother, after this, the minority wasn't happy, especially Mutaka. Alhaji Muhammad Mubarak Mutaka, Triple M. My brother, he was so angry. Afenyo Markin had approached him and complained to him that he had heard that a certain woman in his ministry was the one who brought TribeNet to the minister. And for that matter, some dubiousness was going on. And the man said, no, it's not true. I was the one who sat on the beats. We chose a number of them out of the many. So how did one person introduce one? There was no single sourcing. But he was not satisfied. And Mutaka said, write officially. So we'll give you official answers. So, okay, mate. Only for him to go there and make all these vituperations. So sad. It's not befitting of an MP. It's a shame of an MP. The man said, right. I've given you the answer, you're not satisfied. Let's document it so that whatever you find, we might be able to call that perjury. But he wants to play to the gallery. That's what he's been paid to do, make noise. So he goes and makes those unintelligent remarks in front of a sitting president. And in parliament, he was hot. Mutaka, I spoke with Mutaka before I came here. We had a very lengthy conversation. He told me, Black Rasta. In fact, when it was time for the security recruitments, we decided to have a number of these people to put in their baits. A lot of them came. Even though during his tenure of office in the governing NPP, they were using TribeNet. We didn't just go for TribeNet. They all came. And we picked 3 of them, even though my eyes were on TribeNet. Because they convinced me a lot. The owner of TribeNet, one David, I'll give you the full name, was the one who came to present at the bidding and convince everybody. Finally, this was TribeNet that was picked up to continue with what the NPP started. And Afenyo Markin says that somebody, a top appointee, was the one responsible. So I asked the minister, Minister, who is this lady he might be referring to? He said, I'm surprised. Because there are 4 ladies at the ministry, and none of them bears a name with this David guy. But even with that, I called all the ladies, sat them down before everybody, and asked them with all honesty to tell me if they had any affiliations with TribeNet. They all said no. They were laughing because this is an issue that is so ridiculous. And Mutaka said he was so sad. He said, Black Rasta, it's Ramadan, I'm fasting. Wallahi, I'll never lie about any of this. I'm hurt because Afenyo Markin, I treated him like a brother, gave him all the information, yet he went out to embarrass me, embarrass the president, and embarrass the nation. What do you stand to gain? They met in parliament. He was still arrogant. After the sauna, Mutaka was so angry. This was what he said. And listen to how they all reacted in parliament on the day. Watch this.
On Friday, during the State of the Nation address, the minority leader got up here. Even before then, Mr. Speaker, if you recollect, you were in the chair. On Thursday, when he started this allegation, I took the opportunity on the floor to correct him and show him and even encourage him that if he wanted information, he could write and I'll furnish him with all the details. He decided to take advantage of the state of the nation when the whole world was listening to us to say categorically that the current internal security recruitment is scandalous. There's corruption looming. People will go to prison. He said it on this floor. And I'm saying that, Mr. Speaker, based on our standing order 31, E and F, that is contemptuous. And I'm saying that let's give him an opportunity to go to privileges where you have all the ample time and opportunity to provide all his allegations so that we'll meet him there.
For any for Yankopon on show Bibia or Jebra Jumadi, yet do Bibia, I say, Hanum a Ghana Politics Avenue. Jumadi Han the mayor quine saying from Munsi, send it down money and Maurin fee, so like it or like it. Subscribe to the channel, share my union one number for Busia for Bianza, into Minka Jumadia, Yeti or Ghana Politics Avenue to be. Aha! And I'm rare at Mum quine said, me and Fat Munsi, a crowd Bibia.